You know, when I hear the word censorship, majority of it is mostly targeted towards anime than video games. Well, the anime games are the ones that get targeted the most. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. What the hell am I talking about? So, Japan. Long story short, they told overseas to fuck off censorship, which, honestly, good job. I fucking salute them for that. There's a video that I'm going to play first, then discuss afterwards, so here it is.
全然今日の議題とは違うんですけど、何作っても海外に出して何が燃えてもうちのコンテンツのことは守り抜くっていう姿勢を見せることかなって思っていて、外に出す時にはカルチャライズとか翻訳とかいろいろやるけど、その人たちが海外で日本のそこに合わせたものを見て、日本の面白いやんけって日本の見に来たら、なんだこれはけしからんみたいな、そういうこの海外が知ってしまったことによって攻撃を受けた時に、やかましいこれが日本じゃっていうのを国として毅然として対応するから、もう好きにやってっていうそのなんだろう、腹のくくりっていうのは必要なのかなと思ってます。いや、これはすごい大事。
First of all, I want to give a shout out to @Haruka to Wake on Twitter, which I'm going to put the link in the description for you guys to follow. Anyway, if you guys are wondering who that person is that was discussing about the censorship, her name is Kimi Onada, and she's actually a high-level Japanese politician who's actually based, which I salute her. And the reason why is because she's actually an otaku, and funny enough, there's actually an interview back in 2022, which I'm going to read. She says, "Get married early and have children." I've been told this by voters since I was in my 20s, but it makes me sigh that I'm still being told this at 40. I wonder at what age I'll stop being told this. In the 3D world, I'm married to the country, and I've said that in my private life. I only focus on 2D. I'll say it again and again. I only focus on 2D, which, you know what? Good for her. As for me, I love my 2D anime waifus as well. Hell, even all the anime/manga fans out there, they'll definitely agree with her as well. But anyway, what are my thoughts about her discussion? Long story short, good. I'm actually glad that Japan is not bending the knee, because if they did, then more things will get censored. And they will not stop, okay? Trust me on this. They will continue doing this even if they decide to skip sleep. They'll still continue. This whole situation where people want anime to get censored or canceled, it reminds me of that one South Park episode where Cartman wanted to pull Family Guy off the air, and the reason why was because he just hated the show, despite him saying how the show is offended early in the episode, which a lot of people still do to this day, trying to have things censored. Man, I remember when anime used to be niche where you don't have to worry about everything. But ever since 2020 happened, aka COVID year, that's where anime slowly started to become mainstream, which was a mixture of good and bad. The reason why is, well, first let's go with the good. You have people enjoying anime normally, which cool. I have no problem with it. Let them enjoy all they want. But then you have like the bad apples out there talking about how gross and weird anime is, and going as far as harassing both the mangaka and animators non-stop on Twitter, saying that they're disgusting, which is fucking annoying. Plus, it's just a drawing. It ain't hurting no one. The way they act reminds me a lot of that one scene from SpongeBob where the cop was showing Patrick a drawing of SpongeBob and he gets fucking scared. That's how I picture the bad apples out there who says anime is gross. They literally make a big fuss over it, and I swear, I might be exaggerating here, but those guys, they should be put in a fucking straitjacket and be taken for a psychiatric evaluation. If you think harassing them is bad enough, the worst thing that I've seen of what people have done is them sending threats, which all I can do is shake my head in disappointment, because what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Come on. I'll say this. Animes today, compared to like back in the 90s or 80s, has been weird, don't get me wrong, but I will say this. If you don't like that genre of anime, because there's many genres that you can watch, it's not just one. What you can do is, plain and simple, skip and move on. Watch a different anime. You don't need to complain like a little bitch, but anyway, I will tell you this. As someone who has a whole list of anime that I've either finished and unfinished, of course, there's some that has weird scenes, and let's face it, we're adults here. They do have weird scenes. And hey, if you don't like that type of stuff, you find it uncomfortable, I completely understand. But to go out there and start complaining that you want it to censor, or even worse, cancel, that's where the problem is. By the way, if you guys haven't seen that South Park episode of Carmen trying to pull Family Guy off the air, I recommend it because that episode aged well and shows how cancel culture works. Like, I remember when I was younger, I was a fan of South Park back then, which to this day, I'm still a fan. And I loved how South Park was making fun of Family Guy from the super cutaways and how the writers were not people, but they were fucking manatees. Those both scenes gave me a good laugh. Nowadays, as an adult, I understood the purpose of the episode. It wasn't just them making fun of Family Guy, but also telling us, the audience, that there's people out there that'll find a way to censor things that we enjoy. There's also an anime that I also recommend for you guys to watch as well, which is Shiboneta. To give you guys a quick details of what's it about, since it's been more than a decade since its release. It's about how the government is cracking down people who has porn, and will arrest them for having that. Don't get me wrong, as ridiculous as it sounds, that show fucking predicted the future. I won't spoil it, but I will say this. Give it a watch and trust me, once you finish watching it, you'll completely understand the whole situation that we're dealing here. So yeah, all I can say is this. I'm glad that Japan is telling overseas to fuck off, and I hope they continue doing so. Because, like I said before, if they manage to bend the knee, which I hope they don't, because censorship isn't going to affect anime, but other things as well, such as video games, movies, and TV shows. Anyway, tell me your thoughts, guys. Hope to give you more news in the future. And before I go, as of right now, I'm actually very new at this, so if I'm late to the party to give you guys news that's trending, please bear with me, alright? I'm not the type of person who would try to rush things. I like to take things slow. And, well, I believe that's it. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye, everybody.